Scott Bach, head of the Association of New Jersey Rifle and Pistol Clubs. Thank you so much, sir, for coming on the program tonight.
Hey, Cam, great to be back.
Well, all right. Once again, talking about news from the Garden State. So rarely is this good news for gun owners. Nearly 18 bills introduced on the first day of the legislative session dealing with firearms. And most of these, Scott, these were gun control bills we're talking about.
These are all not just gun control bills, but we're talking, hardcore, extreme anti-gun measures. I mean, this is, look, we know New Jersey is one of the, has some of the toughest laws in the country when it comes to firearms ownership. There pretty much isn't anything more you can do, but these folks have found a way. And 18 of them, Cam, 18 bills dropped on the same day. I've not seen anything like that in my time as a Second Amendment activist. But some of what these bills do should make you shudder. For example, we haven't seen the language of the legislation yet. We've just seen the bill names, bill numbers, and the description. Requires mental health screening by licensed professional to purchase a firearm. Okay.
To purchase a firearm.
To purchase. Okay. Here's another one. Requires psychological evaluation and in-home inspection as prerequisite to purchase a firearm. Okay, I mean, this is as extreme as it gets.
Yeah. I mean, look, Scott, you and I have talked before about the fact that New Jersey law really doesn't recognize the right to keep and bear arms.
No.
There's a blanket, a ban on gun ownership with some limited carve-outs, almost, right?
That's right. I mean, it's backwards. Instead of recognizing it with exceptions, there is no Second Amendment except for where we allow it. I mean, imagine if you did that with the First Amendment. No free speech except where the government allows it. It's absurd. And, I mean, look, New Jersey's existing laws haven't even, been brought up to speed with the post-Heller and McDonald era yet. We're trying to do that with our lawsuits challenging one gun a month and challenging New Jersey's insane right to carry laws.
Right.
So these folks are trying to roll it back more. I mean, look, this is, I'm sorry to say it, but, I have to say what it is. This is exploitation of a tragedy. I mean, what we see is the real, true intention. We see their hearts laid bare of the folks on the other side, okay? And this isn't about stopping crime. It isn't about stopping atrocities and tragedies. It's about advancing their agenda, and their agenda is plain and simple. Law-abiding citizens should not be allowed, in their view, to own firearms. And they're going to, they already have the Second Amendment slowed to a trickle in New Jersey, and they're trying to choke it off so there's nothing left.
Scott, when we talk about New Jersey, we have to talk about Camden. And New Jersey's violent crime rate statewide, I think, declined in 2012, but Camden's homicide rate, the highest number of homicides in the city's history. Again, all of the gun control laws that are in place across the state of New Jersey apply in Camden. We've had violent crime endemic in that city for decades now. And all of the gun control laws that have been implemented statewide and federally have done nothing, Scott. They've done nothing to make things better in Camden, New Jersey. And, when we talk about doing things for the children, I think you're absolutely right. I think we are seeing the anti-gun folks exploit the massacre at Sandy Hook Elementary to try to pass these gun control proposals, which won't do a darn thing to make people's lives better in the high-crime neighborhoods in cities and communities all across the state of New Jersey.
You're absolutely right, okay? Look, this new bill, legislation drop, ignores a fundamental reality that you cannot ban evil. Okay?
Absolutely. And by the way, this will not do anything. These sponsors even admit sometimes, we've seen at the federal level anyway, I don't know if anybody in New Jersey has admitted this, that these bills will not prevent massacres like what occurred at Sandy Hook Elementary.
Right, but it's a start. We have to start somewhere. If it saves just one life,
we have to send a message, Scott. We have to. I saw that the other day. We have to send a message. And my question was, a message to who? Or a message to what? Are we sending a message to guns? Or are we sending a message to people who would want to own guns to say, as Donnie Deutsch did on the Today Show, there's something different about you if you own a gun? There are 90 million American gun owners. There's nothing different about gun owners and non-gun owners other than any more than there's a difference between people who own latte machines and people who don't.
That's
right?
Right. That's absolutely right. And I mean, look, it's laid bare, like I said. Just some other little highlights for you, Cam.
Yeah.
The 50 caliber ban is back. There's a law that would criminalize purchasing or owning a firearm if you had a previous conviction of an unlawful possession of a weapon, which in New Jersey could mean a slingshot. So if you had a slingshot as a kid and got arrested, that would be a bar to firearms ownership for the rest of your life. There's all kinds of gratuitous resolutions in here, basically, congratulating Biden and his, Joe Biden and his commission, and urging the president and the U.S. Senate to ratify the UN gun ban treaty. There's stuff that would reduce the, capacity of magazines in New Jersey, and there's a whole scheme to regulate ammunition. So, yeah, I mean, Cam, gun owners are no different than anybody else, okay? It's just that the people who hate this freedom, who think that citizens shouldn't be allowed to own guns, this is their moment, okay? Their stripes are revealed.
Absolutely. And listen, I got to tell you, Scott, I think a lot of these folks, quite frankly, are overreaching. They are insulated in a little bubble, and they think that because their friends may agree with them, that gun owners are horrible people. We need to do something about gun owners. We need to make it. We need to make it abnormal to own firearms in this country. That they really think that their fellow Americans agree with them. Good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with that is right.
But in the meantime, if the politicians think that the conventional wisdom we're seeing from what I call the entertainment industrial complex is in fact true, then you know what? They're going to go ahead and they're going to vote for these laws. And that's why we can't be quiet anymore. You've got to say, hey, you know what? I'm a gun owner and representative, senator. This is what I think, and you need to be hearing from me.
You're absolutely right. I mean, Cam, we are freedom's last chance, to be perfectly honest, okay? And now is the time, okay? And I say that anybody that's been drawn into the Second Amendment movement, whatever's brought them there, we've been called here. And it is our responsibility. No one's going to do it. Unfortunately, our elected officials have abandoned their responsibilities and oaths, and it's up to us to stand up and defend the last vestiges, the last flames of freedom that these people are trying to extinguish and stomp out.
Absolutely. Scott Bach, head of the Association of New Jersey Rifle and Pistol Clubs. I am sure that you and I are going to be talking quite a bit during the next few months, Scott, as the legislative session begins in New Jersey in earnest. But thank you so much for your time. I hope that you do have a happy new year, and I look forward to talking again soon.
Thanks.